Bhairava Kalike Namostute. Om Namo Bhairavaya Namo Nama. Om Namo Bhairavaya Swaha. Jai Ma Kali. Om Kalike Chabidhi Prashanasina Dhimithanno Akhora Prachodayat. Jai Ma Kali, Jai Ma Kali, Jai Ma Kali. So here we are back to yet another video as promised to you guys, and I believe today's subject would be eligibility or the state of a jiva and the ishta. Is everybody meant for the path of Bhairava, that is the moksha path? Is it wrong if you are not meant for it and you still pray to Bhairava? Or are you not being true to yourself, or are you still stuck in the identity crisis because of the explosion of the content online? So these are few things that you need to analyze before you decide that you are eligible for Bhairava sadhana. So number one, yes, the last 1000 plus years, that is from 1018 till 2026, we are going through a cycle where Shakti sort of depleted in our Bhumi, that is Bharat, and the country that we see today, it broke down, it got into an identity crisis. Our education systems changed, we lost touch with the Vedas, the Shastras. The knowledge of it itself has disappeared. Today, see, we are talking in English about the deities, and that is fine. There is a reason for that also. The reason why we talk in English is because now dharma is going to spread all over, and that is why dharma has got hold of English, and it is not a sign of weakness, it is a sign of growth. You need to think everything very deeply. What is this? You guys no longer talk Sanskrit and all that, because dharma is now going to take over the entire Bhumi, Bhulok itself. So, coming back to the subject, the reason why generally Bhairava sadhana is meant for A, B, C, D kind of a guy who fits into the thing is because the jiva, like the yugas, the jiva, once it enters into the Manushya birth, it also goes through yugas. Till you are an animal, your life is set in such a way that you are only true to your senses. You are hungry, you hunt. You're hungry, you kill something and you eat. You pluck a fruit and you eat. That's it. Nothing major, as long as you are not a human. But once you enter into the yoni of a Manushya, you now have an extra sense, which is where the other chakras, the entire chakras start functioning, and you now have a lot of introspection to do, a lot of growing to do. And it will not, like I said in the last video, Bhairava sadhana will not happen in your first human birth, because there is a lot of dharma that you need to do to keep the balance of this universe. That being said, how do we analyze where a jiva is presently placed? Is he eligible for the path of Bhairava, or is he supposed to follow another path? If you are supposed to follow another path, is it dangerous for you to get into Bhairava sadhana? This I'll correct now itself. It is not. It is not dangerous, but you are not being completely true to your present position in the Kala Chakra, the Yuga that you are actually placed into. You are getting confused because there is an explosion of this content, and not everything is the will of the deity. A little bit is manufactured, and that is a design of Kali Yuga. Obviously, when you look around, you can't claim that if you see 10 godmen, the concept itself is wrong. God-men don't exist, but we use that term. 10 godmen, are you willing to certify that all 10 are genuine? Or will you even be the ability to say that at least one in that 10 is genuine? There might be 100, then you might say that one is genuine. So, same way, just because there is an explosion, don't assume that everybody has to do a particular deity's sadhana. Calm down. Again I say, calm down. Realize what your jiva is telling you. Can everybody pray to Bhairava? Yes. Can everybody pray to Ma Kali? Yes. But should you get into the Nitya Upasana of Ma Kali or Bhairava just because they are there online? It is not. It is still a very, very debatable topic. So, Coming to the subject at hand, the Satyuga. The Satyuga is classified by complete piousness. Everything is bright, everything is beautiful. There is absolutely no ill will. The deity's presence is seen everywhere, and that is why oneness of the deity was achieved by very, very few, like 1 in a crore, or not even that much. Why? Because there is only piousness everywhere. The godliness inside everybody itself was that high. So when the godliness inside somebody is that high, then why do you need to search God externally? Everybody is at peace, and their ego and the jiva are the same. They did not go around searching for anything outside them. The God is within them. So moksha as such was very difficult. So the people, the jiva, once it enters into the Manushya and it is now into the Satyuga, the jiva itself is in Satyuga. In its own lifespan, the jiva is in Satyuga now. What does this sort of a jiva do once it enters into the Manushya Yoni? It identifies with every devata. It sees something to do with Indra Deva. It feels like it should do the upasana of Indra Deva. It sees something relating to Surya Deva. It urges to pray to Surya Deva. And every single deity, no matter how distant it might seem, this jiva will be able to do the proper upasana of that, or at least want to or have the urge to do it. It is not capable to directly attach itself with an Ishta Deva. It is just true to its kula, and he prays to everybody. He is more interested into the material, he is more interested in looking around him and just surviving, living the game. This is generally something that you see in Satyuga, and a jiva that is stuck in Satyuga. Not stuck is a wrong term, that is presently in the Satyuga. Somebody in that sort of a state, if you forcefully get into an Ishtadeva upasana, they will find it difficult to focus, because the jiva still has a long way to go as it realizes itself. That will not be the life where it attains moksha. It will continuously waver. The attempt of the jiva at this state would be to simply stay true to itself, simply stay pious as possible, because here your karma is starting from zero. The karma of what you did as an animal, you will continuously keep burning. That is also there in your jiva. But you should try to stay as pious as possible. If you feel that you do not have an Ishtadeva, you are free to go to any temple. You are free to get into the upasana of n number of deities. Nothing will go wrong, and you will always be at peace. You will chase material goals. You will incur karma. You will burn karma, and you will keep going. This is the design of a jiva that is just entering into the Manushya Yoni. Now there are something in today's modern language, if you had to put it, there is something called a cheat code, wherein you will be able to slip out of a yuga and traverse faster till the Kali Yuga for the jiva itself. So that we will address later. So first we have now addressed the Satyuga of the jiva, where every deity feels like the Ishta. You are continuously in romance with different deities. Suddenly you are fully in love with Sri Krishna. Then you are fully in love with Durga Mata. You're suddenly fully in love with Sri Ganesha. You fall in love with Hanumana. This is not a bad sign. This is good. This is good. This also gives you eligibility to live life freely. Don't worry about moksha and all. You have a journey ahead. You are okay to go behind every deity you want, including the Upadevatas, the Grama Devatas, everybody you pray to. If you see a temple, get down and go inside. That is enough to keep you well. You are in Satyuga. Your jiva is in Satyuga in the Manushya Yoni. Understand this. Number one. Number two, now we go to the Treta Yuga. So the Treta Yuga, who is the main avatar? We all know. Bhagwan Sri Ram. And what do we associate him with? Dharma. You could put anything in front of Sri Rama. We call him a man because it is the avatara of Mahavishnu as a man. He came here to give the lesson to the entire humanity on how a man should live, because the remnants of Satyuga was very much there in Treta Yuga. So because of that, people were still in Treta Yuga, people were ritualistic, they were experimental, they were able to research, the rishis were getting projections from entire Devaloka during Satyuga. So in the Treta Yuga, the rituals developed. So a jiva that is entering into Treta Yuga is highly ritualistic. It completely absorbs Homa. It enjoys doing even there are some people who when they go to the temples, they will follow everything to the T. They will be like, okay, first I need to do this. Okay, I forgot this. I need to go back and do that. They'll be very, very perfection. Perfection is everything for them. These are the ones who are in the Treta. Perfectionist. They go by the letter. They say that if you do not go by the letter, you will fail. That is the indications of the Jiva in Treta. He is a perfectionist. His deity, he will find lot of oneness with Sri Rama. And there is a small code wherein that will accelerate his sadhana, and that is Hanuman. Shakti is very much there, and that Shakti can also accelerate you across yugas. And if you are attaching yourself with Sri Rama, realize that Hanuman is your code. So whenever you feel that yes, my Ishta is Sri Rama, put double effect, chase after Hanuman. This is your exit code for you to move from Treta to the other yugas very fast. So if your Ishta is Sri Rama, you are ritualistic, you are to the letter, you are by the book, you do not like nonsense. No matter what the entire world says, you will keep going in your path. And this, the Jiva will have to learn in that yuga when it is in that yuga. Understand that this Manushya could also be born in Kali Yuga and still be in Satyuga as Jiva is still in Satyuga. He has to go through that entire, because there are 4 lakh years left. There's a lot of time. So the Jiva is now in Satyuga, he has to accelerate to Treta Yuga. So the previous Yuga I spoke about, he has to now accelerate to Treta Yuga, where he has to learn the righteous way of living from Sri Rama. And his exit from that will happen through Hanuman, the Shakti. Sri Rama never he did anything that would be an abuse of power. He would do nothing of that sort. Be it family, everything came after dharma for him. So the Jiva that is identifying with Sri Rama should make all attempts to not get into unnecessary karma. He should at that state itself begin the journey of becoming a stone. Sri Rama is a reactive stone. He will never give up his values, but he is reactive. When it is dharma, and for dharma he must slay, he will slay. And by that time, the Shakti and the avatar were separate. Hanuman and Sri Ram are now separate. The Shiva Tattva and the Vishnu Tattva are separate in the Treta Yuga. As the Jiva now progresses and reaches the Dwapar Yuga, familial values have started to collapse. There is backbiting, there is destruction of property, there is destruction of values. Rituals have started to fail because corruption has erupted. The mother is no longer genuine to the kids. The mother is selfish. The mother overloves the child and destroys the child. The brothers will fight between each other and destroy each other. So, Sri Krishna, what is the message of Sri Krishna? Sri Krishna is not the full-fledged tattva of Sri Vishnu alone, Mahavishnu alone. He is half and half. He has inside him the Shiva Tattva too, because where Sri Rama and Hanuman were separate, Sri Krishna had in him Mahakala, the Adi Shakti, everything, every deity together were inside Sri Krishna. That is why Sri Krishna is revered at a very higher, because he himself is the avataram that is a proper mix of the multiple energy bodies that we have. That is Mahakala, that is Adi Shakti, and Mahavishnu together is there within Sri Krishna. That is when he says Samay hu main, I am time. What he denotes is that within him sits Mahakala too. Within him sits Mahakali too. That is why he said that. So the Jiva that is now moving towards the Treta Yuga, he now must learn how to survive in a world that is completely adharmic. He learns the tricks of the trade. If he is successful, he will do it without incurring karma, and for that again he will run after Sri Krishna for everything, because Sri Krishna is everywhere for him. But however, Sri Krishna is also majorly His tattva within is majorly Mahavishnu, the preserver. So if your Ishtadeva is Sri Krishna, you should also realize that he will not give you shortcuts. He will break you down, destroy you, but he is the toughest guru to have. He will destroy you. He will put you through the toughest lessons, and only when at the last stage you are about to break, he will just hold you. That is Sri Krishna. And that is the lesson of Dwapar Yuga, because you are being prepared now for the Jiva to progress to Kali Yuga. The Krishna Paksha Ashtami, that half moon, that is the most relevant thing that you can learn about Sri Krishna as well as Bhairava. Why is the moon half and half? A very simple question. The moon is half and half because the white represents Mahavishnu, the white portion of the moon, and the dark one represents Bhairava, Mahakala, and the Adi Shakti Kali. So that is why that part is dark. Dwapar Yuga is the end of brightness, and as it moves, the exact half, if you see the number of years, will be exact half the black side, that is Kali Yuga, where Sri Krishna's entire lessons, Sri Rama's entire lessons is now within the Jiva. The Jiva has learned everything. It could take, you could be a Sri Krishna Upasak for like 1,000 years itself, but the day you have achieved oneness, you now enter Kali Yuga and the moksha, where you now need to leave the physical body itself. What do? Where Sri Krishna is seen with all the alankaram. He is seen as in his royal rupam. There is pure beauty, there is leela, there is dance, there is romance, there is happiness, there is positivity everywhere. Like when you think of Sri Krishna, you never think of silent, dull atmosphere. You do not think of a smashana. What do you think of? You think of pure leela, you think of positivity bursting through. That is the white part of the moon. There is a black part too attached to it, the half, where even the sun's energy starts to weaken. The sun starts to weaken. Sun's rays do not reach earth at the same speed as it used to reach because of the pollution we are destroying. Oh, the asuras are the most powerful, and anybody with the divinity, their voice will be small. The asuras are very powerful. They mock and they play around. They just insult this one, and only if there is a little bit of Shakti in the divine person, he will get through. Otherwise, the asuras will destroy him. Of course, in his next birth, he will proceed, and the asuras will, of course, keep on going lower and lower. But the good person will proceed in his life. But that is Kali Yuga. It is with Sri Krishna's messages and Sri Krishna's blessing only that you can progress in the path of Bhairava or Mahakala. It is Sri Krishna who has given the entire lesson path, and it is the most important avatara because he has given entire tricks of the thing. Sri Rama said, whatever happens, keep on going by dharma. Sri Krishna said, you should also try to trick and get out, because going in the straight path in Kali Yuga, they will chew you out. That is why Sri Krishna's tricks and techniques were different, because he was now preparing the Jiva for the Kali Yuga. It was no longer about being dharmic alone, because they will chew you out. The most sincere guy in your office, can you tell me that he will definitely get promoted? Chances are quite unlikely. You are very genuine to you. Even your own parents, they will not see you. They might even prefer the other sibling. All this is happening because it is a Kali Yuga. Straightforward paths no longer work in Kali Yuga. If you are straightforward, your Jiva will be accelerated to the next Yuga. However, you will suffer. That is definitely there. That is why Sri Krishna does not shy away from taking the weapons in hand and destroying as and when it is required. So Sri Krishna's messages and the Jiva in the Dwapar Yuga has a very important role to play, because he is now getting eligibility to enter into the Kali Yuga in his life. There will be no the right way to live in Kali Yuga. When the Jiva is in Kali Yuga, he should run after Shiva, and because you are looking at the moksha now, you need to get out of the physical body. So you will hold Sri Krishna's messages in one hand, and you will go towards Mahakala using the Shakti, everything together, because the Kali Yuga itself is not a separate Yuga. It is just an extension of the moon. Half moon is Sri Krishna and the Dwapar Yuga. And here is the Kali Yuga giving the full moon. You cannot see the black part because there is no light in the Kali Yuga anymore. The Jiva that is now achieving oneness with Sri Krishna will be able to traverse the Kali Yuga easier. So don't get into this controversial subjects where you try to push Krishna out and you only get into Shiva. All this is very nascent mindset. You need to get out of this. Every deities, every form has serious messages. Sri Krishna's messages is the one that will save you. Now I'll tell you a story. As I was going more and more deeper into Kali Upasana, when I used to visit some of the temples, before I placed the Vigraham and all at home about 1.5 years back, I also used to do Upasana to photographs only. So yes, don't worry, there will be a video coming on whether you should place idol or not. I know many of you are having this in your mind. That video will be coming. At initial phases, even I was going after photographs only. There is a reason why you should do Upasana to the photo. I will address that subject. Okay, so when I was running after Ma Kali like a madman, and I used to do sadhana and I used to run around all temples, one of the temples I met a very old man. And when he met me and started interacting with me, he realized that my sadhana was too deep and I was putting too much of effort and something that was not suiting my age. He said, you are married and you have kids, and like, how are you able to put so much time into this? I said, life is just moving on. She is putting everything in place, so I am able to keep going. I am not getting disturbed. Then he gave me, then he said, can I talk to you for some time? It will take some time, but I need to definitely talk to you. He asked, what? Why do you want to talk to me? But I realized that there is something weird about him, and he had this severe urge to talk to me, like he was carrying a message. I said, okay, please tell me. So he told me one of the most important lessons in the Shakta path itself, or even in the Bhairava path itself, because this many people do not address. He told me, as you proceed in the Upasana of Adi Shakti Ma Kali, you should keep Sri Krishna closer to you. Why? Yogastha buddhi. As you go to Ma Kali, you will become raw. You will become so raw that there will be some very terrible people around you who will try to abuse your rawness. They will try to push you out of your career. They will try to get you out of their path by using unethical means. All this you will not even want to react to. What will happen? You will suffer. What does Ma Kali do? At that moment, if you were to invoke her, she will take the khadga and just throw her out. Throw those people out. That will destroy them. But as you go more and more with her, you will not feel the urge to invoke Ma Kali for small things. It is only when the dharma itself you find that it is under trouble, that is when you invoke Ma Kali as a truly achieved sadhaka. You do not invoke Ma Kali for trivial matters, because it will lead to complete destruction, and you will also have a guilty feeling that you are abusing your powers that you have been given when you invoke her. So that way, this is the greatest lesson. That is why the moon is half and half. Because to proceed and successfully proceed in Kali Yuga, never let go of Sri Krishna's messages. The more you want to go towards Ma Kali, the more you must spend on meditating on the messages of Sri Krishna. Because he is the one who will give you the buddhi to navigate when there is foxes roaming around in the name of dharma. When there are foxes having more power than you around you, you will, even in the name of the biggest deities, dharma deities also, there are foxes more than genuine sadhakas. You need to understand this. Foxes who are trying to silence the voice of genuine sadhakas, saying that he is after limelight, he wants money and all that. Even I have been accused. It is Sri Krishna. See my name. Hey, what is my name? So it is Sri Krishna who will give you the Yogastha buddhi to traverse down the path of Shakti, to go to Bhairava itself with Yogastha buddhi, so that you never falter. And he told me this, saying that there are so many sadhakas of Ma Kali. So many sadhakas. They get blinded. That Shakti becomes so much and they start drawing all the wrong crowd around them. When the Shakti of Ma Kali or any of the Mahavidyas or the feminine deity or even Bhairava, you start drawing a certain circle around you, and as your sadhana weakens, you begin to attract the foxes around you. They will use you and they will send you to jail. That is what he said. This is the exact line he said. They will make complete use of you. They will use your name. They'll destroy your name. Finally, you will even go to jail. So, please ensure that you follow the lessons of Sri Krishna as you navigate Kali Yuga. He is the one who gave the lessons. He will give you the buddhi to see. You see somebody coming, you will be able to make out, because think of how Sri Krishna worked in the Mahabharata. That is a lesson. Today Mahabharata is not one big war. It is there in every street. Your neighbor is trying to push you down. Your colleagues are trying to push you down. Duryodhana is there in every office. Is he not? Shakuni is there in every office. Are they not? So it is not just enough that you become a stone. To truly traverse in Kali Yuga, you should also have Sri Krishna. And Ma Kali generally is known to bring Sri Krishna. Why does she? This is very common. Why is Ma Kali said to bring Sri Krishna? Because Sri Krishna also has an amsa of Ma Kali. Ma Kali in Mahabharata is Panchali. So Sri Krishna's main role, he took the help from Panchali. If there is no Draupadi, what is Mahabharata? Where are the lessons gone? So, understand the lesson of Mahabharata. Understand that now in Kali Yuga, Mahabharata is not relevant to the last Yuga, it is now relevant. That is why it came at the end of the last Yuga. It is now relevant. As you traverse in the path, as a jiva, most of you, almost everybody watching this video will most likely be heading towards the Kali Yuga path of your jiva. That is why this video has come to you. It is not just enough that you continuously run after Bhairava. It is not just enough that you continuously run behind Ma Kali. Sri Krishna gives you the Yogastha Buddhi as you are surrounded by thousands of Shakunis, thousands of Duryodhanas who try to project you as the bad man while having political reasons. And you who wants to go for oneness with Ma Kali or even Bhairava, you will not be really interested in sitting and fighting with them, though you have so much Shakti. Sri Krishna will tell you, you have so much of Shakti. You are so strong. Do this. Just make this small move. It is Dharma. This much Shakti that you possess, you have to shoot the arrow. So when I told you in the last video that as you become Bhairava, you have to put people down, that buddhi is given by Sri Krishna. Bhairava doesn't bother about small adharmas. He will keep on taking you towards a moksha path. But when you see adharma happening in front of you, how do you traverse it? How do you destroy it? How do you trample it? That buddhi comes from Sri Krishna. That is, you as the jiva must realize that as you head towards the Bhairava Upasana, Sri Krishna should live here. Bhairava lives here. Ma Kali sits here. Sri Krishna lives here. Nobody will be able to fool you. You will be able to see everything. If 5 videos are genuine, the 6th one, that is wrong. He is saying something wrong. There is some other motive. That thought doesn't come from Ma Kali. It doesn't come from Bhairava. It comes from Sri Krishna. That small voice, listen to it. As you go deeper into Bhairava Upasana, as you go deeper into Ma Kali sadhana, you have to listen to Sri Krishna. Otherwise, they will push you down, they will try to destroy you, you will burst out and you will destroy them. Yes, you will destroy them with Shakti, but without Shakti, very calmly, how to destroy them, Sri Krishna will tell you. The Shakti that is there inside Arjuna, how do you use it? When to use it? You see Ma Kali here, when to use it? That Sri Krishna tells you. So never disrespect any deity across the yugas. Every deity has taught you something. You have come to Bhairava sadhana because you have finished your Satya Yuga. You have finished your Treta, you have finished your Dwapar Yuga, and now you are entering the Kali Yuga. Every deity has to come inside you. You should have the dharma. You will not do anything wrong. That is Sri Rama. You know how to traverse the adharmis. You have the yogastha buddhi of Sri Krishna. You have the energy fireball inside you. That is Bhairava. Ma Kali. If you simply have the energy mass and Ma Kali, you will either move from 0 directly to 100, destroy and move away. But that alone is not sufficient today in Kali Yuga, because the foxes are everywhere. They have even traversed into the religious institutions. They have traversed into the spiritual realms. They are now everywhere. Be careful. It is Sri Krishna that tells you, whenever you have a doubt, is this guy really genuine? He used to be genuine, but he seems to be a little weird nowadays. Is he genuine? That is Sri Krishna. That is the Dwapara within your jiva talking to you now. Listen. By the time you complete and go towards moksha, you are a Vishwarupam in yourself. You have Sri Rama, you have Sri Krishna, you have Bhairava, and you have Ma Kali. Then that is the path of the Bhuta. You now no longer need a physical body because you are Amsha of the complete Deva Loka itself. So, please understand the crux of this message. Let Sri Krishna talk to you. He will tell you a lot of things. Become a stone. Seek Ma Kali. But listen to Sri Krishna. He is the deity that gave you the entire guidebook. For Kali Yuga, I give you the guidebook. If you have already read it, that is why you have come to Bhairavapasana. Now always remember Sri Krishna's words. Nothing can touch. Because you have the energy of Bhairava, you have Ma Kali, and you have the knowledge. Sri Krishna is probably the biggest Guru Tattva in the Deva Loka itself. Because his messages are the most relevant even for the most dharma karta, like the most dharmic guy will get surrounded and hounded by the wolves. You need to understand this. But he will not get affected because he has seated Bhairava here. None of the noise will make any disturbance to him. He has seated Adi Shakti here. Then he will think, today as I play this role, because it's a Kali Yuga, you cannot simply get into a war with somebody, though you will win. You will win. If you decide to simply go and get into a war with adharmis, you will win. But it is Sri Krishna who will tell you how to do it in the most simple way. How to do that. That Sri Krishna will tell you. So, when you see the small voice talking inside you, understand it is from your Dwapar Yuga. It is from your Treta Yuga. When Dharma talks to you, it is Sri Rama talking to you. When you understand, suddenly you get an idea, okay, this problem is there, why don't I do it like that? It is Sri Krishna talking to you. Bhairava talks. When Bhairava talks, you're moving. When Shakti talks, you're destroying. So all these parts within your jiva you need to understand. That your jiva, if you are successfully traversing and moving very fast in any of the forms of Shiva, you should understand that you are very much in touch with Sri Krishna. You are there. He is very much there. So and how does jiva know that he is going to get destroyed? You begin to insult and talk bad against Sri Krishna. Don't do that. He is the one who will keep you safe. He is the one. That is the message of Mahabharata. As you go towards Mahakala, Sri Krishna talks to you. I am there. Remember me. I am talking to you. This is the most important transition. From Satyuga to Treta, it's fine. From Treta to Dwapara, it's okay. Because the jiva itself is kept quite, more of materialism. It cries, it runs, it becomes happy, all that. But as you head towards Kali Yuga, every path, everything is against you. Your jiva. And when the jiva enters Kali Yuga, inside Kali Yuga itself, imagine. So if a jiva has to go for moksha, it has to be attained. If somebody has attained moksha in the Satyuga itself, I'm talking about the actual yuga, a jiva in Satyuga has to attain Kali Yuga in his own Kala Chakra, only then he can attain moksha in Satyuga. So imagine how much of difficulties. That is why in Satyuga, if you had to attain moksha, you would have to do tapasya for 2000 or 5000 years. Because you have to go through Kali Yuga in Satyuga. How do you do it? Because the people are so good. How much can you suffer? How much will you learn? Everybody is so good. Everybody has God in their hearts. How much will you learn? So, now that you are in Kali Yuga, and if your jiva has also entered Kali Yuga, Sri Krishna, when he talks to you, listen, look around you, they are not genuine. Do not react. You might have seated Bhairava, do not react. Bhairava and Mahadi Shakti can also make you so strong that even if you sit in the jail, nothing will happen to you. You will be like at peace. But it is Sri Krishna who will tell you how to not go to jail at all, how to traverse the society, how to deal with the Shakunis around you in the office, in the house, in the neighborhood. Everybody you don't want to destroy, right? Because then you go and sit in the jail. What is the point? It is Sri Krishna telling you to destroy this enemy. Go like this. They will not even be able to hit you. They will not even be able to hurt you. They don't even know how to come after you now. But they are hurt. He will tell you that idea. Listen to Sri Krishna. So please understand the very important lessons of each of the avatars and each of the what purpose each of the forms of the divine are trying to tell you as you traverse. The jiva itself goes through all the yugas and the yugas itself of the land. Somebody could have achieved Kali Yuga in Satyuga itself. Imagine how powerful he would have been. He would have done tapasya for 5000 years. Only then he can achieve Kali Yuga in Satyuga. We are all sitting here as we move towards Bhairava. We are entering Kali Yuga. The jiva, our jiva is now in Kali Yuga, and we are also in Kali Yuga. That is why I say whatever looks genuine is not genuine. They are trying to fool you. They are trying to make use of you. Talk to Sri Krishna. These words will make sense to you very soon in the coming few days. Please understand why I said this. He who seems the most genuine is no longer genuine. That is the design of Kali Yuga. Be careful. So I told you there is some, in today's language, if you had to say some cheat codes within the Kala Chakra itself. So if you feel drawn to all the deities, what do? I am completely in love with Saraswati Devi. At the same time, I am completely in love with Ma Kali. I love Durga Mata. If I see a temple of Ma Lakshmi, I am running into it. I love all the deities. That means I am in Satyuga. What do? Don't worry. There are some deities who can push your jiva very fast across the yugas. First, Sri Ganesha. Ganesha, the one who sits at the grand entranceway. In this Vigraham, you should be able to see Ganesha. There is a reason why he sits next to Ma Kali, because he is the Dwapara to every advanced branch of Tantra, to every advanced branch of research within our spirituality. Embrace Ganesha. If you feel you are connecting to all deities and you feel that you are in Satyuga, your jiva, you want to accelerate to Kali Yuga and finish off and go off in 1 or 2 births itself, you hold Ganesha. It is in him that the Shakti lies. You are highly connected to Sri Rama. Sri Rama, Sri Rama, everybody is hitting you, breaking you, destroying you. You say Sri Rama, Sri Rama. When they broke his own temple, he said, I don't care. You will come in the right route. Let it take 503 years. I don't care. Let it take 1000 more years. I will wait here. What is that? I will sit outside and I will wait for my temple. You build it. When you build, I will come and sit inside. Till that time, there is this tree. I will sit on that tree. I have no issues. That is Sri Rama. Absolutely the most relevant deity. But if you want to accelerate beyond that and jump into the Kali Yuga where you have to now burn, who can do that? Who is Chiranjeevi? Hanuman. Hey Hanuman. Chiranjeevi, Guru of Treta. I have attained Sri Rama. I am burning. Accelerate. He'll take. That is the power and role of Hanuman. That is why he is there. Sri Rama teaches you a lot of things. Hanuman accelerates your jiva. Understand that. The next cheat code, how to navigate faster. Sri Krishna. Very, very important. Don't hate on Sri Krishna just because your Ishta is Shiva. That is a wrong thought. Anybody saying that does not even have spirituality in their next life. Understand this. Sri Krishna is very important. Sri Krishna is the one who will keep you safe. Sri Krishna is the one talking to you. Sri Krishna is not just Mahavishnu. He is Mahakala, he is Adi Shakti, he is Mahakali, he is Bhairava, he is everything. Because he is the last deity in the white part of the moon. And after that, we have the black part, the dark part, the part where even the sun is not able to reach you properly, the Kali Yuga. So Sri Krishna that is why he is known as the most powerful avatar, and you should listen to him. If you are already listening to him nowadays, most of you are getting so easily conned in the name of God. You will not get conned in the name of God if you have Sri Krishna around you. That is why they say, if you want to go to Mahakali, talk to Krishna. Bhairava is the pedestal. Mahakali sits here. Sri Krishna sits here. Such a strong energy. Somebody comes to destroy you, you hit back, you might. Still a human being, right? Still having physical body, still can go to jail, still can get killed. Your next birth will be fine, but if you want to do well in that birth, see Krishna here. See through what is happening. What is a genuine fight? What is a fake fight? What has political motives behind? What is genuine? What is going right? Everything he will tell you. You cannot fool somebody who has attained oneness with Sri Krishna. You can never fool him. You think you are fooling him. You think all this, but he will also know who is being fooled, who is fooling, and the one who is fooling you is actually the fool. That is Sri Krishna. Please realize this. Many of you, especially in these days, should go to Krishna because you have entered Kali Yuga. Many of your jivas that is running after Bhairava has entered the Kali Yuga, and now is the dangerous time. Why am I sitting here in these four walls and coming online? There is danger. There is danger. Go watch Mahabharata again. Listen to Sri Krishna. Let his Leelas play. Let him tell you that fight is not genuine. This is not right. That guy is not wrong. He is the right guy. He is the wrong guy. Go to him. He is trying to kill you. He is trying to destroy you. He is trying to use you. They are even corrupting your mantras. This is what Sri Krishna can tell you. I believe that is majorly the content for today's video. Half the times after I've spoken, I actually rewatch my own videos after 24 hours. That is when I listen to myself and I think, okay, how did I say all this? Because those thoughts will usually not be there in my own mind. So I learned about me through these videos only. That is the funniest part. So anyway. So I think we are done with Sri Krishna, the cheat code of Sri Krishna who will accelerate you to Kali Yuga, and not just being a cheat code, he is the most important guru who will teach you the ways of life in Kali Yuga. Learn. So if you're stuck in Satyuga, Ganesha. If you're stuck in, if it is Sri Rama, when you're not able to leave him. But what to do? You have to progress. Pray to that Maryoda Purushottam. And then invoke Hanuman. I have attained oneness with Sri Rama. Accelerate. You'll come to the next Yuga. Then you must seat Krishna here. Because when Bhairava sits here, Adi Shakti sits here. This part, because once you get into Kali and Bhairava, I'll be very honest with you, you will not be interested in getting into the petty politics and all that. But unfortunately, it is also your duty to set dharma. Kalika cannot handle adharma. That is a problem. That is why if there are 10 lakh people who pray to Kali, only 1 or 2 will progress, attain oneness, because you cannot have adharma. She will slay. But you cannot go around slaying in today's world. How do you slay? Sri Krishna will tell you. So, realize where your jiva is. If it is in Satyuga, Sri Ganesha. If it is with Sri Rama, then Hanuman. If it is with Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna. Attain him. And with him you come to Mahakala, you come to Bhairava, you come to Mahakali. Are any of these deities inferior to each other? No, it is your jiva that is progressing. We are entering Kali Yuga now. We cannot let go of Sri Rama. We need those lessons. We cannot let go of Sri Krishna. We need that buddhi. Because they are all, adharma is everywhere. It is a mask. They are wearing masks. Be careful. It's been quite a long video, I think. I'll close the video with this. I will be bringing out a video on Batuka Bhairava, some of the easier ways to attain Batuka Bhairava, and how it is that you should actually envision this particular form, and all that will be coming up. I might take a small break from videos because I believe coming on, even being watched by say 10,000 people, it can have impact on one's aura and one's Shakti. It pulls you out. So I will probably have 1 or 2 more videos coming and then take some break from this. Never let go of sadhana. Call Sri Krishna when in doubt. So with that, I think today's video we finish. Bhairava Kalike Namostute. Om Namo Bhairavaya Namo Namah. Om Namo Bhairavaya Swaha. Om Kalike Chivit Mahesh Vashama Senati.